Giggles podcast. He's wearing a whoop. What?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you the story.
Tell us the story.
Welcome back. Hey. Welcome. We are doing an episode. We're going to talk about the new season for 2024. How they're splitting up, and I don't mean that in a negative way. The masters and the teens, and the individuals and teams.
Very controversial.
Yeah.
Very.
We'll talk about it more soon. However, yeah, I'm back on the whoop train. We won one when we won turf games. We had a 12-month membership, so I was like, may as well wear it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I only just got mine back. So mine, I had a malfunction. The battery, it just wouldn't charge anymore. So I was like 2 weeks without my whoop, and I was like, I'm lost. I lost fitness for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
I couldn't track it.
You're like, how? What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I didn't trust Whoop that much.
Ooh.
I mean, I still kind of don't. But I was out the back playing golf in the backyard, and the Whoop was like, I have detected that golfing activity has happened between these times, and I was like, holy crap! And then I started thinking,
Well done,
what it
Whoop.
actually tracks. But yeah, I was like, how the heck can it like track just the actual swing and everything? And my strain, get this, playing golf, just practicing my, I think it would have been like 50 to 60 meter chips in the backyard, got me a strain higher. Hang on, I'm going to pull it up just because it cracked me up. I was like, I must have been so stressed.
Yeah. The concentration just through the roof.
Yeah, man. Well, the strain for golf was 9.2.
Wow, look at your recovery.
It's so bad.
That's so bad.
Mate, this week's been a week.
We should do this at the start of every episode as well. Boom.
94%.
94. And let's look at yesterday's. Oh, 95%. Look at that strain as well. That's a good strain. And it picked up, 88. I'm on a good streak. Not going to lie.
You are. Mate, wait till you have kids.
But I
got
didn't get it.
39% and I'm on 8.3 strain.
That was Tuesday when I got it. Man, your recovery is terrible.
Yeah, mate. It's because Hayes just decided not to sleep. Although there's 71%. There we go. Anyway,
you should just not have a job. It's great.
Where is it? Functional fitness. This one here was assault bike and burpee chest to bar intervals.
Clearly not going hard enough.
Clearly not. And that was 8.5.
Was it short though?
It was only like 21 minutes of intervals.
Wow. And you only got an 8.
9.2.
Yeah, right.
But get this. This is how much running. People are like, oh, you're a good runner. I'm like, yeah, Roy, 17 strain on a 9K run.
That was my swim the other morning. 12.6. I find that when I'm in the pool, my heart rate just spikes. And then I find it so hard to get my heart rate back down. But
really?
I find that it's a good thing because I'm working hard. So I love swimming. So, but yeah,
how good is swimming?
It is. It's very good. But a lot of people use swimming as like an active recovery. It is not an active recovery. If you think about the amount of reps, just like 1 rep, 2 rep, like the amount of reps that you do over a 2, 3, 500 meter swim, however far you go for your active recovery, it's not active recovery. Well, unless you are very efficient at swimming, yeah.
And let's just say 99.9% of the CrossFitters out there.
CrossFitters typically.
are not efficient swimmers.
No.
Just in case you guys are wondering with CrossFit, you guys have legs and you can kick. And you can use them to make it easier for your arms. So when you're reaching and pulling, you're not having to do so much effort.
And a little tip.
It. No, we shouldn't give tips out. This is like our
free
best
tips.
Events.
Tips like kicking, you shouldn't be kicking from your knee. You should be kicking with straight legs from the hip.
Yeah.
Try that next time you go for a swim.
Well, hang on.
Don't drown.
Not like this. Like there's going to be a little bend in the knee. You can't go straight leg.
No bend. Zero bend. Zero bend.
I'll fight you. Who won the last swimming event?
This guy.
I won it.
Did you? When? No, you didn't.
Yeah, the last time we did a swimming event, and I.
Which one?
I don't remember. The one that I won.
You didn't win. I won. It was at Chasing Better.
When?
I won it. I remember.
Which one?
I even got a video of it.
Yeah?
Hold up. Yep.
Bring it up. Guys, we will get to this topic very soon.
But we clearly have some
what was the event?
wrongs to right. I was looking at it the other day. I was going to send it to you because that's the way that I am. No, it was the bike.
Oh, was it the dead ball squat one?
Yeah, see, look, this is the swim one.
Did you win that one?
And I'm just going to fast forward to the end. And we'll see a certain... Oh, yeah, KPow in for the win. And then who's that in the background? Oh, is that Jono?
That's not me there, is it?
Wait. You pop up. Oh,
No, it is.
Oh, good win there,
I was
Jono.
coming.
Nice win.
That's right. I beat you in the last year's one.
What last year's one? That was the last swim we did
No,
together.
the year before that, I beat you. Forgot about that one.
Did you? Did you even do Chasing Better that year?
Yeah, I won it that year. No, I came. I came third. No, you Zeke.
Yeah.
Costa. Oh.
And did you beat me in that one?
I can't remember. Yeah,
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I won that event.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because I was super surprised that I beat you in a swim event.
It was the kettle. It was but it wasn't a swim event because Costa came fourth.
No, that's because he was in the shallow end, so he didn't actually have to swim. He
Doesn't
could
matter.
just walk it.
If Costa's coming fourth in a swimming event, it's not a swim event.
I'm pretty sure he came sixth in that one.
Still, top 10. That's not a swim event then.
It
was
50
50
field,
meters.
Out of a WA field, especially back then, top 10 was not special.
Anyway, we are way off topic.
Yeah. I'm going to Google this about dead straight legs.
So, no, I was obviously kidding.
Well,
but the straighter you can keep your leg, the more you're keeping the momentum and the energy through your hips.
All right, there we go. Let's not give any more swimming tips away because we need them.
You want to hold your breath for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And just send it.
Yeah,
that's how you swim real fast.
Or it's a breath every 5 to 7 strokes.
Just don't breathe.
Yeah,
it's
just
way easier.
Yep. I mean, they don't breathe in the 50-meter sprint.
Neither do I.
I said they, like Olympians?
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely breathe. You can't hold your breath that long. You can't even hold your breath that long if you're not in the
pool. Being in the pool forces me to hold my breath. Yeah. I'm going to video it next time.
Oh. Right.
You get one breath as you turn around at the 25.
That's a breath.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to... whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't breathe, but I get one breath.
Technicality.
I don't have a 25-meter pool in the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, they've got a divider halfway. At the pool that I swim
reaching here. You're reaching. You're reaching as bad as I was trying to reach.
Just so that I won the last event. Yeah, you did. You definitely did.
All right. Anyways, we're going to talk about that. About whether our opinions on it, whether our opinions matter to you or not. Those that are listening,
they do.
They do.
They do to me.
And if they agree, then that's fine. But yeah, so just briefly, they are not having the teens and the masters at the CrossFit Games, which is now
and the adaptives
in Texas, and the adaptives. So those 3 divisions are all going to be hosted by different companies, supported by CrossFit and CrossFit Games. That's what I'll leave it as. KPow will take the rest of it. He's done more research on this.
Did a little homework on this one. So the Masters division is going to be now run by the Legends Championships. So the Legends, I was trying to find out like when they established, but I couldn't find anything on their website. But they've been running for a few years now. So they literally just do Masters events. And I was looking through. I don't know whether they're going to keep this for next year. But for this season, they actually had team divisions in the Masters. So they had one male-female from the 35 to 39 division, and then one male-female from the 40 to 45 division, I believe it was. And I was like, that's cool, like to have like teams in the Masters divisions. And yeah, so I reckon that'd be cool if they keep that. I don't know whether they would for the games, because the games typically doesn't have... Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
They might just do it though to show like more of a spectacle, kind of like how the pro does extra.
I was doing the research that I was doing. So the Masters have been around at the games since 2010. So it's been 13 years that the Masters have been at the games, which is like it's cool, and I think it's cool that they're now getting their own event. Like it could be the pros and cons is. If they get to keep the title of fittest on earth, then I'm all for it. Whereas if it gets changed to the Legends Champion, then I'll be like, it's not quite the same as, not that I've experienced it, but I feel like going to the games and having the games experience and getting all the noble clothes and getting your, like everything with your name, with the CrossFit Games thing on there, and then having the title of the fittest on earth, like that's the experience that everyone's kind of going for. And being a smaller field of 10 athletes for the Masters is like, it's a massive deal for them to get to the games. So I hope that going to the Legends Championships, it either lifts that experience, makes it like a better experience, but it doesn't take away from what they have been doing previously.
I would agree on that. Like, I think it's a great thing what they're doing as long as they do it correctly. Duh. But like, you know,
compared to what they did this year.
Yeah, well, that's what the standard isn't. I mean, the cool thing is, and I mean, maybe people that have been multiple times are probably like over it, but like the biggest thing, I remember Tim Paulson saying it when he first qualified for the games and he put his CrossFit Games shorts on. He was like, "This is the whole reason I wanted to qualify, so I could put these on." And I'm like, "That's 100% why." Like most of the field, I would say, want to do that. Is that they can lay their clothes out on the bed, they can take a photo and be like, "Look at me." They can wear that shirt with their name and the CrossFit Games.
Look,
all
Mom, I made it.
I made it.
100% though.
Yeah. And so if they keep that.
Yeah.
Then if that experience stays, then yeah, like it's not going to be hard to beat the media coverage that the games had.
Nah. But even if it's like Legends Championships fittest on earth. So it's like, it's a mix of the two. Like it doesn't necessarily have to say CrossFit Games on it, but if it gives you the same experience, and I think it's cool that if they keep it the way that it like is on their website, they've got 40 athletes from what I was looking at. So if they keep
it like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And the other thing that's cool, same thing, if they keep this process, remember how when sanctionals were around, you could qualify for the games from an event win at a sanctionals event?
Yeah.
They've actually got the same structure at the moment. So for the Masters, there's a few live events throughout the season that if you place first to third, you actually get a spot into, like you qualify to the Legends Championships. Cool. Yeah. So like it's just more avenues for people to qualify because like Christy, for example, for those of you who don't know, got to Torian this year and was deathly sick and couldn't compete for like the rest of the weekend. So she had to pull out, which was super like upsetting. So if there was another avenue, if you could go, right, well, I'm going to compete at this in-person comp in 3 months' time, train again, hopefully not be sick. Like, it just gives people a second chance to qualify for the same event, which is what I did like about when they had sanctionals. So, yeah, if they keep that, that'll be another cool little twist that you can add into the season for the Masters athletes. But, yeah, I think, it'd be really cool if it's done well.
I also think as well... that if the CrossFit Games wanted to become, they are a business, but Greg Glassman, before he got kind of the boot, he was always annoyed because he was like, we don't make money out of the games. If you wanted to make money out of the games, you hit the Masters category hard and you hit the teens category hard because the Masters have their life sorted out. So they have money to spend. Their kids are grown up. They're not buying nappies and all this stuff. And they've usually got a career that's like, I was going to say... I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. They have a career that's really short because it would have made sense, but it would have been so random. And the teens all live at home. I mean, some of the individual athletes still live at home as well. Move out, be an adult. So the teens are living at home, so they got no responsibilities, and they usually got parents that are going to be paying for everything anyway. So that's why like Bluey and Cocomelon, you don't even know what. Like the biggest YouTube videos or the biggest games are all games that kids play because their parents are paying for it because of the demands there. And so if you can hit the Masters and the teens, like it's such a good like avenue for profit. Revenue.
They make up 40% of the current CrossFit Games athletes.
It's huge.
It's massive.
Like
so
crazy.
Like one, they deserve a better platform.
Yep.
Because like they're a massive part of the community, so they deserve to be showcased at that sort of level.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's a good step. I just hope that they nail it. I hope they do a good job and they don't change the experience too much for the athletes.
Well, I think as well, like if you just get two people on the same account, different videos with an iPhone, and video the heats from here instead of there, you're already winning.
Yeah,
You're
it's not going to
already
be hard
winning.
to beat what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, masters and teens, the work ethic that gets put in, I would say in relativity to lifestyle, is just as much as what the individuals. Maybe
You're still trying to be the
sacrifice and
top.
everything.
You're still trying to be the top 0.0001% of the fittest on Earth.
Yeah.
So it's relative, like compared to the individuals anyway.
It's super tough, and they're crazy fit, man. And like, I mean, I think I read in the morning chalk up that they were going to be doing. I think they're doubling the field to 20. They might go to 40, like they have been. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Either way, like it's so hard to make it.
Yeah,
for them, so hard. It's tough. Like, and I guess it's hard in any sport, but we're focusing on CrossFit here, so I think they need the coverage a lot more.
Yeah, they definitely do. On to the teens. So the teens that have been around since 2015. So what's that? 8 years now.
Yeah.
They are moving over to Pit Teens Throwdown. So they didn't really have too much info on their website or anything, but from what I'm hearing, CrossFit Games it's going to be the same process to qualify for the Pit Teens Throwdown. So they do the Open, they do the quarterfinals, semi-finals, which are all online, and then from there they progress to the in-person comp. So I don't know exactly where. I'm assuming that they're all going to be in America, but I don't know whether they're all going to be in Texas, the same as the games, or when they're going to be doing them. So, yeah. I mean, figuring out the logistics of when and where, and because I think they need to really pump up the advertising for it to make sure that like everyone's aware that right this weekend the Pit Teens Throwdown is on, and it's going to be live on YouTube and bloody wherever. As long as they do that well. Like, same sort of thing as like when the Rogue Invitationals are on. So they hype that up, and that's all like published through the CrossFit Games sort of stuff. So it's like, as long as they're doing those sorts of things for these other comps, so everyone knows when they're coming up, yeah, it'd be mint.
I was just confirming that I was looking at the right Instagram page with the Pit Teens, but they got some cool events, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they got like trail runs, mountain biking. Like they
sick.
It's not just like just in the stadium or wherever they have it. It's like it's proper fitness testing, which is
That's
sick.
sick, yeah.
Teens, man. I don't know if you've ever. I mean, you grew up rugby. Like if you watch a rugby match or a footy match. So I'm in Brisbane now. A footy match now in comparison to like you watch the under 17s and all that. Under 17s don't have much skill. They just go for it. It's just like, it's just all going like crazy. And then they start learning the skill and plays and everything a lot better, the better that they get. So just imagine them like on the trail runs, on the bikes. It'd be no pacing. It would just be
that's
go,
what I was going to say. Yeah.
Hold on.
Don't know how to pace, just
tripping over.
Yeah.
And they usually don't understand what pain is really either. So they can just go hard.
Yep, and then they recover like a Wolverine.
Yeah, literally, they're like, and I'm recovered. It's been 3 minutes.
You literally just finished.
Give me my roll
like
up.
the other guys are still on the field. Like,
what's an ice bath? Recovery. We don't need that.
But yeah, so it's the same deal, man. Like if they do it well, it's going to be like a step forward for the whole division.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the adaptive divisions. I'm not sure how long they've been in the CrossFit Games.
It's been too long.
I think it's like 3 years.
Yeah, because Waterpalooza's pretty much like made that a thing to include them, which I think is super cool. You
know, and I'm just going to... This is a very unpopular opinion, and I'm just going to... Controversial AF. When everyone was off Greg Glassman in the whole highlight of the CrossFit scene going, Greg Glassman, and everyone talking about how like non-inclusive he is because they're not including blah, 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 blah. I honestly could not disagree any more to that narrative because if you look at CrossFit as a whole, it is the most inclusive sport on the face of the planet. he's literally trying to spread it to every corner of the world, trying to give access to any and everybody to do CrossFit. They've gone down the path of like including the adaptive athletes. There is like the women get paid the exact same as the men. So there's like the equality across the board. And it's like, I cannot think of a more inclusive sport. So when everyone was kicking off, CrossFit's being racist and it's doing this, getting all upset, I was like, man, if you actually take a step back and look at what CrossFit has done, and what they're trying to achieve and what they're trying to do, and bring health to everybody on earth, like, it's the most inclusive company, period. So... the fact that they're doing these sorts of things and they are actively trying every single year to improve their adaptive divisions and stuff like that just proves how inclusive CrossFit really is trying to be. They're literally trying to get any and everybody involved in CrossFit. Not even on like a competitive, as a competitive point of view, but on a day-to-day athlete basis as well. Like, they want everybody to come through the CrossFit doors and do CrossFit. And be healthier.
Okay. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, okay.
So, unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Fight me.
That wouldn't be fair.
No.
Yeah. You're currently
crippled.
But your leg's straight, so you could swim.
Yeah. I can kick well.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's actually very true. I've always actually been super proud of being in like the CrossFit side of the fitness industry because of the inclusivity.
Yeah.
And it also helps people that can't speak English. Yeah, I still don't like Greg.
No, you don't have to.
I don't like someone...
Like, I'm not agreeing with what he said and how he executed what he did, and like I'm not condoning that. But what I'm saying is the backlash that he got and what everyone was then pointing the finger at him and saying, and as CrossFit as a whole, I'm like, I don't agree with that. Him as an individual, as that one person, yeah, he's a bit of a dick. But CrossFit is like not a representation of him. What it had grown into is definitely not a representation of Greg Glassman. He doesn't even look like he does CrossFit.
That's what annoys me. I'm like, mate, stop talking about not having sugar when you
clearly
you only eat sugar.
Yeah. So, but that's what I mean. Like, CrossFit had definitely outgrown him, and what he was as a person wasn't represented by CrossFit anymore. And I think that's what the community was upset about. But then the actual things that they were talking about and the things that they were accusing CrossFit of doing and being, I was like, I don't agree with that. You can hate Greg Glassman all you want, because I can see and I can agree with half of the shit that people were saying about him. But CrossFit doesn't deserve that. My opinion.
I wonder if
That's
CrossFit still uses the 100 words of health and fitness by Greg Glassman.
He might have had he might have not have had as many screws loose when he first started.
100% he can't. Because some of his methodology is really cool. Like, you know when they brought out the parallel traverse bars?
Yeah.
And Bosman was like, go back through the CrossFit journals. I was like, I'm going to go through the CrossFit journals. And I was like, wow, some cool stuff here.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Like, getting off topic, kind of. Yeah. I wonder whether Bosman's going to be programming the games again this season, or whether Castro's going to take back over.
Well, I was wondering, and it's probably been in some articles I haven't read, so sorry that I don't know this, if the answer is out there.
Probably is.
Dave and Bozzy be involved in programming for Wheelwad, Pit Teen and Legends?
I don't think they are.
Well, because generally, like, I remember...
They might, like, oversee it, same as what they did with the sanctional events. They'd be like, send us in your workouts, we'll oversee it, make sure that you're running a decent enough test, that you're not missing anything, or whether you're over-testing certain aspects. So maybe that's what they'll do. But
then they took back the power of programming for the sanctions, or the semi-finals now.
Yeah, well, semi-finals.
Yeah, but they, at the start, the semi-finals had free reign for the first 2 years, I think, and then they took back. So I don't know if they want to program, because I think it's even Dave, he said that the CrossFit Games isn't the whole test. The open to the CrossFit Games is the whole test.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I can see them giving them power, because I don't feel like I mean, this is only what I feel that Dave and Adrian Bosman don't care as much as looking like the big show pose. Like they're happy to give someone else the glory.
See, the other argument to that would be that everybody that's doing that, like in that division, would have the same test. See, the difference with semi-finals and sanctionals is if you're competing in like Europe, your test is different to my test, but we're both competing at the CrossFit Games. Whereas with the adaptives and with the teens and with the masters, everyone that's going through that process has the same test. So they might not.
Yeah, okay. And I guess and I think this is just going to be props to Will Wad. They're going to have a lot more experience in programming specifically for adaptives as well. Yeah. So, which I think is epic. Also, going way. Wow, that's where we started with this. I was talking about like including the adaptives and how it's only been the last few years and everything like that. I think it's cool. Now, this might sound really insensitive, and it's purely just because I don't understand what it's like to, be an adaptive physically, mentally. But plenty of them have had like all 4 working limbs, let's say, and then they've had a motorbike accident like Rogi. They've just like had some accident where they've been to war and stuff like that, or just something's happened and then they've lost it. And instead of just being like, cool, okay, this is now my life, it's like, this is my life, but I have a second chance at something to do. And I think that's cool. That's where I think it's really cool. I want to say more, but it's epic.
It's super it's super motivating, and it highlights the everyday athlete more, because it's like normal people that have gone through some sort of adversity and they're making the best out of their situation as well. Yep. So it's like, it's super motivating, super inspirational. So the more that they can shine a light on those sorts of things is sick.
I just, I'm waiting for more memes. You know how they brought out the memes? They're like, well, Roman Krenikov can do a double under on 1 foot and you can't get any. I was like, haha. But I was like, what about everyone else in the other divisions that have been doing it their whole lives?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, stop highlighting the individuals and highlight the adaptives. Come on. Even if you're like having a shot at someone else, like,
I think doing this will do that though. Like splitting them up, giving them their own events, like it will highlight those different divisions. So
it's going to be sick. I think it's going to be great, and it's going to give us more to watch. Like next weekend is Rogue, and then a few weeks later is Dubai, and then I think sometime during then is Down Under, and then there's Wadapalooza. And then the game season starts, and then there's like the adaptive, the teams, the masters, and then the CrossFit Games with the indies and the teams. And so it's just, we can just froth on CrossFit more.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Sorry, Hannah.
I didn't need this to froth on CrossFit more. but thank you.
Take it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our opinions on it. That was good.
If you disagree, don't text us or anything.
Unfollow us. No.
We have like one.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll leave it there. As always, it was good. Cheers for listening. If you've got any comments or any questions that you want to hit us up with, Spotify, YouTube, or on Instagram, hit us up. Let us know what you're thinking. And we'll see you